LeBron to Michael Jordan, but he doesn't jump like Michael. Michael's not dunking. In fact, I don't even remember if I've ever seen LeBron posterize somebody. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen him. I've seen Jordan posterize people. I've seen Dominique. I've seen Kobe. I've seen Drexler. I posterize, meaning, I don't think I've ever even seen LeBron really he may have one
I think he's
or two.
Annihilated people before. Just annihilated. I don't know if there's a signature.
I don't know, because I don't remember. I don't.
And I think he's thinking to himself, wait a second, this is working.
Right.
I just busted right inside him, and he can't extend on me anymore, and he seems a little overwhelmed by my girth and tonnage, right?
We don't like the same things. We don't vibe with each other in terms of our ideas and our belief system. But you remember when I told you that I was the star of the #1 sports morning show for the last 11 and a half years? The first 4 years of that was with Skip Bayless. I'm never in that position if it were not for Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless asked me to come on First Take. Skip Bayless permitted me to come on First Take. Skip Bayless fought for me to come on First Take. Skip Bayless played a role in restoring my career that I felt had wrongly been taken from me. I will never disrespect him. It will not happen. Never. But that doesn't mean I can't disagree with him.
Ladies and gentlemen, like, are we surprised? Are we surprised? Like, if anybody just been watching sports debate shows, are we surprised that what we're seeing right now, Skip Bayless leaving FS1? I'm not surprised. He's like, I think anybody who was anybody saw it coming. And it's now, most people, if you're a black person and you like ride with Shannon Sharp, let me ask you, how do y'all feel about this? Because I don't want to assume that if you're like a Shannon Sharp fan, you're just raising for joy, or, just, I told you so, because part of it is karma. Shoot, to me, it's 100% karma. And it's one of those things where it's just like the color purple. Until you do right by me, everything bad is going to happen to you. And it was inevitable of happening. Now, one thing I'm going to say about Skip Bayless leaving is, like, to me, I've been watching Skip Bayless since First and 10 on Cold Pizza. Most people don't even know, like, that's where he got the whole debating show thing kind of got its start from Cold Pizza. Most people, I'm sorry, the plane's been flying over. But most people don't know, like, Skip Bayless got his, well, obviously he's been a journalist forever, but the whole debating show thing, it came from Cold Pizza, the First and 10, when he was with Woody Page. If you don't know who Woody Page is, you must have watched Around the Horn. Now, I'm going to tell you this, as much as I was considered a black nerd, which I am, I will tell you I was an all-around black nerd. Like, I could tell you what was the latest episode of Dragon Ball Z. I could tell you like what was the latest thing happening in wrestling. Also, could give you sports stats like any other motherfucker, especially when it came to football, basketball, and baseball. I watched all of that. I'm what you call an all-arounder. Like, I had anything I was interested in, I watched. It was music, it was sports, it was anime, it was cartoons, comic books. If I dabbled in it, I was interested in it. So I never had a problem with fitting in high school like most people say they do, because he's doing like anime. Like, I knew my shit, and I knew how to debate my shit to other people's shit. So, like, you'll see me with the gangsters, you'll see me with the nerds. That's a side note. But anyway, back to this. Cold Pizza with Woody Page. When Woody Page, also Woody Page was doing Around the Horn. So like we all knew who Skip Bayless was. We all can say, and even then it was interesting because they was two old white men just debating sports, and I was a big fan of Woody Page. I fucks with Woody Page. I don't know if I haven't watched him around the horn lately, but if he's still on there, God bless him. God bless my man Woody Page. But yeah, obviously it didn't get real more interesting until Stephen A. Smith got on, and then they started calling it First Take, and then that ended up becoming his own show, own debating show, and Stephen A. and Skip Bayless did their thing, to where they was on there for a while. Skip retires or just leaves ESPN, goes to FS1, does his shit with Shannon. They go on for 7, 8 years, and we all know what happened with that because I did a video on that one. I'll find the video, leave the description in the description box. To the point where now Shannon is on First Take, and Skip is still trying to do his thing with FS1. Now, to me, this is just like the color. This is just like a bad relationship where you could tell who's the abuser, because after the abused get out of a relationship, abusive relationship, they usually end up glowing or looking better, or just have a glow up. Now, Shannon Sharp was always good. He was always good, especially on FS1, because he had a lot of memes to him. He had a lot of quotables. That's where you got the unk with the Hennessy bottle and the cigar. Shannon Sharp did make that show. Don't get me wrong. Skip Bayless also made that show too. There was Skip Bayless had some quotables on there. If you look at the memes, especially, it's my turn. You said it was my turn, and, and other stuff that Skip done said on that show too. But obviously, him and Shannon was real good, to the point where you would really are flipping stations between Max Kellerman at that time, Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith, and motherfucking Skip and Shannon. And we all know that day when the fucking Shannon Sharp was getting on Tom Brady, as he should, because he wasn't playing. And next thing you know, Skip Bayless get into his feelings about Tom Edward Patrick Brady, and then try to berate fucking Shannon Sharp. He was like, I'm in the effing Hall of Fame. And he was like, so? He's way better than you. I'm just like, and I know every black person was just like, hold up. Hold the phone. Wait. And then when he took his glasses off, and then Skip said, man, put your glasses back on. I've said it. Cam Newton done said it. And every black person done said that. I said, the way you hold your poise about when he did that shit, you are a better person than me, because I thought you was going to leap over that table and choke him out. Any other person would have leaped over that shit and choked him the fuck out. And I thought that was going to happen. And it was just like, to me, that was a pause in the moment. Just, and when he said, put your glasses back on, it's just like, oh. I would have been surprised. It's just like, yo, you going to have to see me. You and me, we going to have to, black people, we know when we get to a point where we're not trying to ruin our fucking career, but I still need to handle you. We say stuff like, you don't have to see me, bro. We not going to do this now, but sooner or later, you and me, we gonna have to see each other. Yeah, I don't know if anybody ever had to give someone that threat or have gotten that threat before, but that's when a nigga's just like, I care about this job too much that I'm going to but I need to handle it. I need to handle you. Everybody has been in that position. I know I've been in that position many times, especially in the Navy, because the Navy is just like, because there's a lot of people, not to sidetrack, but people know, anybody in the Navy, there's a lot of people that if it wasn't for the Navy, you wouldn't be talking this shit to me. You wouldn't be talking this talk to me. I'd have beat your ass. And that's the one thing black men, in my opinion, black men had to get over, because for the slightest disrespect, you're going to get dealt with. So imagine being in an environment where the way they talk to you, you would have been got dealt with. But since we're in a spot where I'm trying to change my life and career, you just kind of like gotta eat this shit. But it's just like, boy, this wasn't in there. I done fucked you up right now. Like black people, we have that, to, especially to some of the other people that's done it. Anyway, to me, that was like an abusive relationship because once Shannon Sharp got into ESPN and First Take, and he was just like, you don't even have to work every day. You can work Mondays and Tuesdays, and you still get paid top dollar. And even if you want to work in, you could come and work in. And like you could tell, he's glowing. He's him and Stephen A. They're like real good. They flow off of each other very well. Even when they get into fucking arguments or debates, especially about the GOAT debates, it's respectful. And it's like even Stephen A. Smith is just like, Shannon Sharp, you a Hall of Fame. I know you a Hall of Fame, but please, like, I give you your credentials. You a Hall of Fame quarterback. You know more about the sport, but I'm telling you this right now. That's how Stephen A. Smith is. Just like, there's no disrespect here, but you crazy. Well, and we do this all the time. And I know I've done this in many arguments. Look, I understand this is your forte, and you know as much, but you are out your fucking mind if you think it. Now, have I been wrong? Yes. It's just like, you know what? I've been wrong. You actually got it. I apologize. But, yeah, now you look at Skip, and then, don't get me wrong, Michael Irvin, I think they got it, like, when Skip tried to reboot his shit, I think he picked the right people, but people just could not get over Skip and what he did. And to me, that's where the karma started. Don't get me wrong. I think Keyshawn Johnson was a great catch. I thought Michael Irvin was a great catch because Michael Irvin was having some great quotables over there on First Take. It's too bad that situation that he was fucking in kind of like fucked him over because he was innocent. And everybody proved he's innocent, and yet they still wasn't putting him back on. That was fucked up in there, but that's another fucking story. But Richard Sherman, that one was out of left field, but even then, that was a great fucking asset to the team because it was just like the last time you saw them debate, fucking Sherman had to put him in his place. So it's just like, oh wow, these are, and like Skip said, I handpicked these people, and then you got Paul Pierce doing the basketball stuff. I thought that was great. Now, they had great people there. I feel like they had great people there that was right for the team. It's just like, if I was going to pick a bunch of analysts and we're going to be debating about sports, these are the people. Especially Keyshawn Johnson. Like, people, I think Keyshawn Johnson does great on the debate shows. No matter what sports he talking about. Paul Pierce was fucking entertaining. Like, to me, he was very entertaining, especially when the Celtics was moving. He was very entertaining. Rachel Nichols, I think she should have been a host. I think, like, for one thing, Skip shouldn't have been the fucking host. He should have had someone do the doing the moderating. Like, and if he had Rachel, to me, I don't know if Rachel Nichols wanted to do it or not, but I feel like Rachel Nichols should have been the moderator. She's great at moderating, is what she does. Now, don't get me wrong. I've heard her opinions on basketball and all that stuff, and it's really good. But I feel like she should have been. You should have had a moderator. But also, I don't think people couldn't get over the fact that what Skip did to Shannon, and I feel like that's what was killing the brand. And like I said, Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson, Richard Sherman, it was all entertaining. That first episode was fucking entertaining. But the most entertaining thing about it is that Skip couldn't get a fucking word in. That was the most entertaining about it. It's like, it felt like Skip was trying to get a word in, but you got three strong-minded black men talking about the sport they love, and you trying to get a fucking word in. It was just hell no. It was not. It wasn't pretty on Skip's turn. So, like I said, even I actually liked the people that they had on there, but like I said, I don't think nobody could really get over the Skip shit. And then you see Shannon Sharp, that man is just glowing, and I felt the fact that he didn't go over and choke the shit out of Stephen A. Smith like the that helped him in his career. So now where like his other stuff is doing good. The Club Shay Shays that's doing fucking well. The nightcaps and the shit he be doing on nightcaps with Chad Johnson, that's doing fucking well. And like now he putting Gilbert Arenas on there when they're talking about basketball. That's doing well. It's just like Shannon's just winning, and he's just winning. And I feel like the fact that he didn't choke the fuck out of Skip Bayless, okay, that nigga knows how to keep his poise when it gets real greasy. Now, do I feel like Undisputed is over? I don't think so. I think Undisputed could still be safe. It just need to have the cleanse of Skip Bayless. Now they need a new host. Who would you have replace Skip Bayless? And my opinion, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people might say this, but in my opinion, the person who should replace Skip Bayless, Max Kellerman. Now hear me out on this. I feel like Max Kellerman would be the perfect replacement for Skip because of when he left. It made and the way Stephen A. was treating Max Kellerman was just like he felt like he didn't match. Everybody liked Max Kellerman. Everybody was just like when First Take with Max and Stephen A. and Max was on there, they was doing fine, but it felt like Stephen A. just really wasn't feeling Max like that, and everybody else was feeling Max. And Max is someone that I feel like people enjoy seeing. Like, and even he has some quotables like "I want Iguodala," and plus he's knowledgeable, knows what's and the players like him, and he knows his boxing shit very well. So he's very very toned into boxing. So, and him with Keyshawn Johnson, and honestly, like him when he was with Keyshawn Johnson, I thought they was a great tandem and pair. I really thought. Like before they got kicked off the show, the Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. I thought that was great, and Max Kellerman was doing his thing on there. I felt like it looked like he was actually enjoying himself. He was preferring that over the First Take where he didn't know where he had a job or not. That's just me. That's just what I'm looking at. But I feel like if you put someone, I think if you want to replace Skip, give him someone that I feel like everybody would not only is controversial enough for people to tune in, but is also a good pick because people respect his opinions. And like I said, it gave Stephen A. Smith. They gave Stephen A. Smith like shit for getting rid of him because it was just like there was nothing wrong with Max Kellerman. It was like people actually liked Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman was real cool to the point where people was, and I think honestly this is what pissed off Stephen A. Smith, where people was just like Max Kellerman was blacker than fucking Stephen A. Smith. Now a lot of people say Max Kellerman was pandering, but I don't think it was pandering. But a lot of black athletes was just like, oh yeah, this man because Max Kellerman blacker than Stephen A. Smith, and that pissed Stephen A. Smith the fuck off, especially since he went to a HBCU. And I can understand anybody going to a HBCU and someone like calls out your blackness, you're going to feel the type of way. It's like, I went to a fucking HBCU. Any educated black person and someone says you're not black enough, and the first thing you go is, bitch, I went to a fucking, I wish all of them do this, but it's just like, bitch, I went to a fucking HBCU. Get the fuck out of here. Like, ain't nothing blacker than that. I took my education to an all-black school, right? I wish more people do that. It's like, get the fuck out of here. I was in the biggest black fraternities where I went to fucking Howard, nigga. I went to Howard. That's in the middle of fucking DC. Nigga, I went to Morehouse. Like, get the fuck out of here. I went to Hampton. Shit like that. I want to see people do that. It's just like anybody that been to a HBCU, just do that. It's like anybody can question your blackness. I'm like, motherfucker, I went to Howard. The fuck are you talking about? But that's another side note. But yeah, I think Max Kellerman would be a great replacement for Skip Bayless. I think that would definitely take it to, and I wouldn't say take it to another level, but they do not need to compete with First Take. And I know they want to compete with First Take, but if I was them, I would bring Max Kellerman on. And my whole thing is, do not compete with First Take. Just have a chemistry with some of these people that you can just put on a good show. Like I said, Keyshawn and Max Kellerman, they was great together. So I feel like you bring that back with Max Kellerman and Keyshawn, and then come football season, like I said, come football season, bring on Michael Irvin. Come basketball season, bring on Paul Pierce, or anybody else. And hopefully, and I would do this too, like on, not just bring back on Paul Pierce, bring back Jalen Rose. Well, I would do stuff like that. It's like, when was the last time you seen Jalen Rose? I would definitely bring Jalen Rose on there. Because Jalen Rose, one of the best basketball analysts I've seen in a while. Like, Jalen Rose was always entertaining. Jalen Rose is he is someone that I always look forward to hearing him speak. So I would definitely have Jalen Rose on it if he wants to do that. But yeah, overall, sometimes you just gotta know, like the song says, gotta know when to hold them, know when to phone them, know when to walk away, know when to run. And Skip did as best as he could. He did as much as he could. He made his money, and just go to the Bayside. Work on your podcast that no one's ever going to fucking listen to, but I feel like you can still make entertaining. But yeah, just work on your podcast. I know you got money. You go be a Cowboys fan, and you can talk about the Cowboys. I'm a Cowboys fan too. No one's saying this, but go be a Cowboys fan, and then let's try to make money independently, where you don't have to rely on anybody. You have your own shit. And, build from there. Like, do the Pac Macker. Like, he just doesn't have to be on TV. He could just be on YouTube. Do the Pac McAfee shit. Do what everybody else do. Just be a sports analyst on your own time. You talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. It's working for Stephen A. It's working for Shannon Sharp. Now, like I said, you probably won't get the Stephen A. Shannon Sharp numbers, but it would still work for you. And I feel like there's probably someone that still want to hear, especially LeBron haters, talk about and watching you shit on LeBron, so that could work. But I didn't want to shit on Skip Bayless, because without Skip Bayless, we wouldn't even have a Stephen A. Smith. We wouldn't even have a Sharon Sharp, really. Like, we really wouldn't. So I'm not gonna totally. I hope I didn't dog him out, but I hope you took him to. But it is a big karma for Skip Bayless, the fact that the way this fucking happened. So sometimes you just, this is not even going out on a low. This is still going out on a high. So just ride that high horse, and then just ride out to the sunset. You did your job. Now just ride out to the sunset. Let me know what y'all think. How y'all feel about it? Do you think it was about time that Skip done left, and they need some new blood up in there? Do y'all think Max Kellerman would be a better replacement? Or, who would you put in that position? Or, is it even worth doing it on TV no more, because a lot of people get their news from YouTube? But let me know what y'all think. Till then, my name is Oskin Offline. I'm out. Peace.